Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Beloit's Weekend Update. I'm Cian.
And I'm JC, and we have a lot of news for you guys today. So let's get started.
Let's get into it. Wait a second. It looks like there's no jokes about Trump this week. It's all just local news, JC.
Are you serious? Oh my goodness.
April Fools, I got you.
Gosh darn it. I thought so. Alrighty, one of the board members of Alien Z insurance company warned that the climate will change and destroy capitalism. If we don't get it under control soon, there will be no safe place to create infrastructure. Good grief. That's right, CEOs. You won't be able to buy another Bugatti if you keep flying on those private jets.
Man, I'm going to have to stop that. Elon Musk stocks have been dropping since Trump's inauguration in what can only be described as a grab for power. Elon Musk backed Brad Schimmel in this week's Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Susan Crawford, in the end, won by a landslide. As a response, Elon posted on Truth Social, "Stop the count." I'm afraid the count's been going on for a while, so that's fine.
OpenAI's ChatGPT-40 recently passed the Turing test, which measures whether a computer or line of programs can mimic human behavior. All I'm saying is that if they hook up that program to Kim Kardashian's robot, we might as well be in Detroit Become Human or FNAF, depends on whether they want to play nice or not.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Going back to Kim Kardashian, she has implemented a no Kanye rule for her kids, most likely responding to Kanye featuring P. Diddy on the same track as his daughter, Northwest. Personally, I don't blame her.
I don't either.
He's like that weird uncle.
Speaking of Diddy, be careful. One day you might find yourself in Chapin third floor at night. Diddy is a crazy guy. I didn't even know he was up there.
Is that where they're holding him
I
now?
guess so.
But if you're on Diddy's good side, Chapin is a really lovely place to be. Are you sure? It's almost like a nightclub with house music blasting 24/7 and lots of interesting baseball and soccer players. The only downside is if you happen to leave your door unlocked one night and a random girl walks into your room while you're sleeping.
I have never heard of somebody complain about that.
For some guys, that's an upside, though. Yeah.
In other great news, the men's soccer team announced their 9th commit for next season. They are really coming hard for next season. Santi.
D3 week is beginning next week, and the SAAC organized a cornhole and spike bowl tournament where the prize is a framed picture of the Holy Trinity. That's right, Randy, Cecil, and President Eric Boynton with an American flag in the background. Best believe I'm winning that prize for sure.
Oh, trust me, you will have to beat me to it. There will also be resources for all athletes and sports psychologists. Tyree Gamble will be present on campus as a resource for student athletes to gain more information and mental health awareness. Sounds like a nice deal.
Pretty nice deal. Lacrosse won another game. Shout out to the whole team for balling out.
Shout out lacrosse.
Oh yeah.
Good job, bro. Alrighty, a Mackenzie Park man was charged with delivery of crystal meth this week. The man claimed to work for Amazon and was simply doing his job. Damn. I mean, if it's true, Amazon holds a monopoly on everything now. Like, literally everything. From toys to video games to household appliances and even the neighborhood dope trade.
They're putting me out of business,
I
man.
know.
They're putting me out of business. I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. Greg Abbott announced that he will be quitting his role of governor to pursue his dream career in the WWE. The commissioner of the WWE stated that in his walkout song, whoops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be insensitive. I mean his rollout song should be either Ridin' Dirty by Chameleonaire or Rollin' by Limp Bizkit.
Alrighty, folks, we have a very special guest on the show. You love him, you love to hate him. Harry definitely loves to hate him. Introducing Dr. Doofenshmirtz at Dr. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Hey everyone, on Sunday, March 29th, the United States nearly went into nuclear fallout. It started when Dr. Doofenshmirtz attempted yet another takeover of the tri-state area. Despite him giving tax cuts to Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated in his past administration, Trump stated that in a speech, Doofenshmirtz is a loser and wannabe Einstein, and he will be never able to take over the tri-state area because he's gonna make nuke the Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. CNN rejected this idea by saying that nuking Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated will cause mass casualties because it would end up destroying the Doofenshmirtz and the whole tri-state area, killing thousands. Trump responded saying, "You're fake news. I'm the president, so put a sock in it. Let me do my thing." Luckily, the pluribus, as usual, was able to stop Dr. Daphnismus before the nuclear plans were carried out, effectively ending the risk of nuclear disaster. Curse you, Donald Trump.
Alrighty, thank you, Dr. Doofenshmirtz. We love to have you on the show. Alrighty, the Trump administration's tariffs took effect on Wednesday in what the administration is calling Liberation Day. In a related campus news story, get ready for the new $33 million Mexican coats in DK starting next week. Now, who got $33 million?
I don't have that, man. In campus news for April Fool's Day yesterday, members of Sigma Chi showed a modicum of respect towards women. Quite shocking.
I know, right?
I know.
Maybe. Alrighty. Beloit College's Day of Giving raised over $1 million this week, a guaranteed 0% of which will be reflected in campus improvements. Now, this campus, I give this campus another 3 years.
Yeah, probably like 2.5.
Yeah, maybe.
Beloit College's 2025 commencement address will be delivered by class of 2010 alumnus and LA Dodgers play-by-play announcer Joe Davis. This comes after Davis's controversial remarks this year that, quote, Beloit College stinks worse than the Yankees.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, no, I know.
Wow.
And that's like the worst insult comes from him.
Alrighty. Beloit students received their annual housing lottery numbers today and via email. However, Res Life made a crucial error by assigning the numbers to 160 graduating seniors. Has the college really gotten this desperate enough to squeeze another year of housing expenses out the seniors? No wonder there's so many seniors that should have graduated already at Beloit. They're still going to have to pay for the housing and the meal plan anyway, so they might as well just stay on campus.
Might as well, I guess.
I know, right? Just
what's the downside?
Cheaper rent.
Yeah, exactly. I want to highlight some outstanding reporting from the Centenary Athletics website. Even though it's not really a current story, they wrote 3 weeks ago that, and I quote, the Centenary lacrosse team was edged 12-11 by the Beloit College Buccaneers on Friday afternoon inside Strong Stadium. Wow. This must have been a brutal loss for Centenary. And to add insult to injury, the Bucks didn't even let the other men spunk. Although this performance from the Bucks surely must have made scouts soil their undergarments.
Oh, wow. I might have too. A campus rumor I heard the other day concerned Beloit College administration's alleged desire to move WBCR from its current home to the third floor of Pearson's Hall to the Hendricks Center for the Arts in downtown Beloit. I think it's a wild, unrealistic plan that will not be implemented without hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional costs. This was reportedly after the School of Media and the Arts shot down their original plan of throwing the station into the Whitney dumpsters and lighting a match.
Please don't.
I hope not.
In local news, a new study shows that the crime rate in Beloit was reduced in some areas of the city last year. I guess all the drunk drivers live in just the one neighborhood.
I hope not. New data suggests that Beloit and Janesville schools are below average in the state of Wisconsin in attendance. And believe me, fellas, being below average is no fun. Hey, who put that?
A Beloit man has been charged with beating another man with a broomstick at the Rock County Jail this week. That's right, folks. Wicked cosplay and the drunk tank are always a violent combination, so stay safe.
Sounds like a lethal combination to me, I promise you. Alrighty. A budget referendum to increase funds for the Beloit School District was defeated by less than 150 votes in a ballot box Tuesday night while Rock County went blue. I guess we resolved to start creating more Trump voters.
I guess so.
I am definitely not a Trump voter, I'll tell you that much.
Me neither, man. Jill Underly was also reelected as Wisconsin Superintendent of Schools on Tuesday night. Underly's opponent, Brittany Kinzer, accused Underly of, quote, lowering standards. This is not a new strategy in the state, though, as Beloit College singles have been lowering their standards for years now.
You know what? I'm not even surprised at this point. Alrighty. The University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire has placed their chair of its English department on leave after he allegedly flipped over a table set up by the college Republicans. They are reportedly only taking disciplinary action because the professor didn't also spit in their faces. The college Republicans were reportedly unfazed telling the media that's just how free market works, I guess.
I guess so. We don't really have Republicans
We really
at our
don't.
college. Brad Schimmel conceded the state Supreme Court race in a phone call with Susan Crawford on Tuesday night and told supporters who were chanting that the election was stolen, quote, "The numbers, they're not going to turn around. They're too bad, and we're not going to pull this off." I mean, to be fair to Schimmel, when you lose a state election by almost 10 points, it's not exactly a clerical error. I mean, this was even after Elon Musk set up those Chuck E. Cheese-style money booths outside polling places. I mean, I do think it was admirable for Schimmel to concede so gracefully. Now he can go back to doing what he loves, standing outside of Planned Parenthood and harassing women.
That is a doggone shame. Anywho, Jason Statham's new film, A Working Man, has dethroned Disney's Snow White remake for the #1 spot at the box office this week. This is almost as shocking as the time Gal Gadot pronounced the word dwarves correctly. Is it really that hard to pronounce?
Oh,
dwarves?
it is for her.
Oh, wow.
Federal charges have been dropped against New York City Mayor Eric Adams as the judicial system has bowed to the will of the Trump administration. In a related story, Mayor Adams will be hosting an autograph signing event in Istanbul this Saturday.
Oh, sounds exciting. Alrighty, Senator Cory Booker spoke on the Senate floor for 25 straight hours on Monday and Tuesday with remarks targeting the Trump administration. Booker reportedly went all 25 hours without sitting down or leaving the chamber to eat or use the restroom. Booker ended his eloquent remarks with a long ceremonial piece of performance art that the performing arts experts call the potty dance. That was a nice catch, by the way.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. The Department of Health and Human Services this week laid off over 10,000 federal employees, beginning the sweeping federal job cuts by the White House. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. commented on the story, saying, "I'm appointing my Falcon to oversee the bird flu response, and they will serve Range Rover battered elk every day in the commissary." Sounds
now they're about
delicious?
to have a falcon flu. Good grief. The Michigan Supreme Court ruled this week that the police cannot search cars solely because of marijuana odor. Somebody tell Chameleonaire, he'll be thrilled.
I guess they're really never going to catch him riding dirty now.
I guess not.
I guess. The Prime Minister of Denmark alleged today that the United States, quote, "shall not take Greenland." Well, luckily for us, Vice President J.D. Vance fired back at the Danish PM, saying that he had, quote, "already called dibs on Greenland's rare minerals and that these uncultured Danes clearly don't know what dibs even are." I personally agree.
I agree too. The Trump administration today announced an across-the-board 10% tariff on imports. Many countries, including Canada, have retaliated with their own tariffs on goods from the U.S. Unfortunately for those moose-riding healthcare heathens that are up north, I'm not sure what they're going to do without essential American goods like whiskey, tobacco, and bullets. And they can't threaten us anymore with taking Drake. They know we love to get rid of him at this point.
Take him back.
Take him,
Please take him back. In Stoughton, Wisconsin, a 30-year-old man was arrested for operating while intoxicated. He was caught because he decided to call 911 of all things to inform them about an issue with the self-service car wash. I mean, the man appeared to be almost more sloshed than his car was.
That's not good. That is not good at all.
That's not good. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, don't drink and drive, I guess, and I hope you have a lovely weekend, ladies and gentlemen. This has been it for Beloit College Weekend Update. But I'm Cian.
I'm JC, and you guys have a wonderful weekend.
We'll see you next week.
Works for me.
I think that was good, man.
So much stuff.